Hello and welcome to another issue of the Headless Hammerhead Guide to Comics and More. Today we're going to continue our series on the Marvel Multiverse Role-playing Game Power Sets. Today's discussion is going to be on the Power Control powers. So we're not going to waste any time. Let's get to it. Power Control powers, basically just like the name implies, are the ability to control powers, whether it's your own, an ally's, or an enemy's powers. And the powers within this set include boost powers, bump power, clone moves, clone powers, copy ability, copy power, copy trait, dampen power, shutdown powers, steal powers, and swipe power. Now, a lot of these sound like they may all do the same thing, but there are slight differences, and we're going to go over each one of these in detail. Boost powers. Power set, of course, power control. Prerequisites are bump power and a rank 4. Standard action and concentration is the duration. Cost is 15 or more focus. So this is basically for support, and you're going to be boosting the powers of an ally. You pick one ally within 5 spaces and you boost all of their powers, not just one. Any effects, areas, durations are doubled. Powers with a damage multiplier, you can add 1 to that, and any effects that happen with a fantastic roll automatically happen with any success, which is really the big prize with this power, because there's several powers that have some really amazing stuff that happens when you get a fantastic success. And the cost is not too bad, 15 focus or higher, depending on what the highest cost is for any of the target's powers. And we have bump power, which is the prerequisite to boost powers. It only prerequisite here is a rank 2. Standard action, concentration is the duration, and the cost is 5 or more focus. It is exactly like boost powers, only this works on just one power. So you're going to pick a target within 5 spaces, choose one of their powers, and boost that power up. Same effects as boost power. You're going to double any range, duration, and then any damage multiplier, you're going to add 1. And if they get a fantastic success, or rather, if they get a success, you get to use whatever the fantastic success effects are with that power. The cost is going to be 5 focus or higher, depending on if that power has a higher cost than 5 focus, then you're going to pay that amount. Then we've got clone moves. The prerequisites are rank 2, standard action, duration is concentration, and the cost is 5 or more focus. So with this power, you're going to be able to copy all of the powers, all of the natural powers of the target. So basically, if any powers that they have that they can get with special training origin, in other words, nothing supernatural, no magic or anything like that, but you can get something like riposte or headshot or something like that. And the focus cost is going to be minimum of 5 focus or the highest of any of all the powers that they have, the highest one among them. And also you have to pay any cost to activate the powers when you do use them. Hey, sorry to interrupt, but if you're liking this video, please hit that like button, the thumbs up. It really helps me out a lot. And also make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any future videos. Thank you. Clone powers. Prerequisites, copy power and rank 4. Standard action, duration is concentration, and the cost is 15 or more focus. This is just like clone moves, only you're going to be able to clone all powers, including any magic and supernatural powers, etc. Range is 10 spaces, which is great, and if the powers have costs, of course you're going to pay a minimum of 15 focus or the highest among them. And when you use the powers or activate them, you will pay whatever the activation cost is for each of those powers. This is an insanely strong power for a very low focus cost in relation to what it does, but you have to be rank 4, which is pretty high, so there is that trade-off. Then we have copy ability with no prerequisites. Standard action, duration is concentration. It is a great power to get even at rank 1 because, man, you're able to copy any ability score of your target and within 10 spaces. So even if you're fighting, say, Galactus, you can copy any of their ability scores, and now you have a rank X ability score on one of your stats, which is insanely powerful with no prerequisites. Copy power is basically clone powers but light. This has a prerequisite of rank 2, standard action, concentration is the duration, cost is 5 focus. Within 10 spaces, you can pick any target and copy one of their powers and use it as if it was always yours. And you have to pay the activation cost, whatever it may be for that power. This is great because even if you don't know what powers the target has, it doesn't say you need to know that they have this power. You can basically find out what all their powers are and pick from those, and now you know what you're up against. So in a way, this is kind of a hack to get a feel for your enemy. Next is a weird one, copy trait, no prerequisites, standard action, concentration is the duration, no cost. The character picks one trait from another character within 10 spaces and you duplicate it and now use it as if it was your own. This is going to require some narrator discretion because there are some traits that are just really weird to have. For example, extra occupation or god heritage, something like that would be really weird to clone. So it's going to require some narrator discretion on what you can clone and what you can't. Next we have dampen power. No prerequisites, standard action, duration is concentration, and the cost will vary. And what it does is it's the opposite of boost power or bump power. You choose a character within 20 spaces, you make an ego attack against them, and if you succeed, you basically half any range or area of effect or duration on that power. If it has a damage multiplier, it reduces it by 1, and they won't be able to get any fantastic successes with that power. It does cost whatever it normally costs to activate that power, but it's a small price to pay for what this does. It really dampens down the power quite a bit, and for no prerequisites, so even at rank 1 you can have this. It's a pretty good power. Now we have one of the most powerful powers in the game, shutdown powers. Prerequisites are dampen power and rank 4, standard action, duration is concentration, and the cost is 15 or more focus. So you have a range of 20 spaces, you make an ego attack against the target, and if you succeed, they no longer have any powers. They're a regular person, which is insane. The cost for this is 15 focus, or the highest among all the powers that you're shutting down. Very small price to pay for what this does. This is insanely strong. I cannot emphasize how strong this is. You can completely end a battle before it even starts. All you gotta do is make an ego attack. It's insane. And even the range is insane. 20 spaces, that's like before you even walk into battle, before you roll initiative, you can shut down your enemy and that's it. It's done. And a similar one is steal powers. Prerequisites are clone powers, shutdown powers, and rank 4. Standard or reaction is the type of action. Trigger is the target is grabbed. That's if it's a reaction. Duration is concentration, and the cost is 15 or more focus. So the effect is just like shutdown powers, only you shut down the powers, and now you take them for yourself. So now you have all of the powers that this person had that now they no longer have. And you can use them as if they were always yours. Now, if they have costs, you're going to pay the highest among them, or minimum 15 focus. And if you use the power, you're going to pay the cost to activate it. Small price to pay, but you have to be rank 4, and you have to have the target grabbed. That is the difference between this and shutdown powers. You have to actually grab your opponent first. Swipe power is very similar to steal powers, only this one has prerequisite copy powers, dampen power, and rank 3. Standard or reaction. The trigger for reaction is the target is grabbed. Duration is concentration, and the cost is 10 or more focus. And it's just like steal powers. You have to have the target grabbed, make an ego attack against them, and you choose one of their powers to remove and make it your own. If it has a cost, you're going to pay minimum 10 focus or whatever the cost is, whichever is greater. And when you use it, you pay whatever the cost to activate that power is. Again, it's not that strong for rank 3 power, and you have to have your target grabbed. I would say wait till you're rank 4 and get steal powers. You can take all of them and really break the game in that way. And there you have it, another issue in the bag and back on the shelf. If you like this video, please, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Leave me a comment if you have any questions or comments, please. I respond to them very quickly, usually be within an hour or two. Or you can shoot me an email, headlesshammerhead@gmail.com. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one.